Within hours of the night sky tearing open over Iran, people started asking a very basic question. Why did the United States and Israel start this surprise war? As the strikes landed, official statements poured out of Washington and Jerusalem. But instead of clarifying the mission, the explanations immediately contradicted one another. Some analysts believe these leaders are hiding a master plan. Others claim this is just a reckless impulse. But looking at how these decisions actually came together suggests something different. This board tracks the architects of the war, the specific goals they are pursuing, and where those strategies lead. Filling out these columns reveals how global conflicts move out of the control of the people who start them, and exactly where this one is headed. The first goal on the board is leadership change, modeled after the recent US raid in Venezuela. That operation targeted President Nicolas Maduro directly. In this model, the government's ideology and ruling elite remain in place. Only the face at the top changes, slotting in a new leader who is friendlier to US interests. Donald Trump championed this strategy after being shown internal polling that a quick, clean win in Iran would be a 90-10 victory for him personally. But look at the news. Instead of a targeted, hours-long hit job to change a nameplate, the conflict is sprawling into a massive regional firestorm. The President of the United States launched a war, yet the version being fought on the ground has already outpaced his original instructions. The second entry on our board is destroying weapons. Politicians like Senator Lindsey Graham argued the mission is strictly to degrade Iran's ballistic missiles and military hardware. The secret architect behind this model was Saudi leader Mohammed bin Salman. He urged the US to weaken Iran's military capabilities preemptively to prevent them from becoming a larger threat later. Bill Clinton used a similar playbook in 1998, launching a series of strikes on Iraqi security targets to limit the regime's power without committing to a full-scale invasion. But an attack on military assets rarely stays contained. Iran immediately retaliated by targeting global oil flows in the Strait of Hormuz, spiking prices worldwide. The Saudi attempt to keep the war small and secret has already failed as the conflict spills into the global economy. This pulls us to the third column, conquest. This goal requires destroying an entire political system, an objective Benjamin Netanyahu has advocated for since at least 2002. While he currently uses the term liberation, his 2002 congressional testimony proves a long-standing desire for total political destruction in the region, starting with Iraq. Uprooting a ruling elite requires immense violence. When George W. Bush pursued regime change in Iraq, it demanded years of town-by-town fighting to dismantle the old order and install a new one. Senator Lindsey Graham spent months coordinating with Israeli intelligence and Prime Minister Netanyahu, eventually convincing Trump that his only option was a strike on Iran's missile program, an action the US Secretary of State acknowledged would precipitate a counterattack on American forces. This dynamic is called the escalation ladder. Think of war's severity as rungs on a ladder. If one participant moves to a higher, more violent rung, it forces everyone else to step up and fight at that higher level. Trump ordered a 3-hour operation, but because he was maneuvered into an action with foreseeable retaliations, the mechanics of escalation delivered Netanyahu's larger war instead. This forces us into the final column on our board, state collapse, the ultimate tier of the escalation ladder. Israel is bombing dozens of civilian power facilities and oil refineries, systematically plunging a metropolis of 10 million people into total darkness. Striking a country's power and fuel supply dismantles the basic institutions of a society, turning a modern city into lawless anarchy, similar to Afghanistan in 2001. But look at the architects we mapped out: Donald Trump, Mohammed bin Salman, Benjamin Netanyahu. None of their stated agendas include turning Iran into a failed state. State collapse is happening not because someone planned it, but because no one is in control of the escalation they set in motion. We like to imagine that a war begins when a single mastermind evaluates the data and executes a logical vision with a clear endpoint in mind. In reality, wars are sustained by messy coalitions of conflicting egos, making least common denominator compromises. Attempting to quietly swap a leader, bomb a military, and conquer a nation all at the same time ensures that none of those goals are reached. It simply locks the conflict into a forever war. This death and destruction is being waged for an agenda that doesn't actually exist.